Okay, so in this video we're going to go over the notes for one of the first days of the One Funnel Away Challenge. Okay, now this is 14 rules that are going to kind of like encourage you, kind of like some mindset stuff that is very useful to have going into this. Okay, because anybody can follow these rules and like, do the system and spit out a funnel at the end of it. But what we're really going for is a lifestyle change and becoming an expert in creating courses on a regular basis. And if you have these, like these mindsets really helped me when I was introduced to them, and I would say they really kind of like were a game changer for me, and I hope that they will be for you as well. Okay, now before we get into these, if you guys are watching this on my YouTube channel, please make sure you subscribe. Doing a 30-day challenge to follow along with the One Funnel Away Challenge. If you're watching this in part of the One Funnel Away Challenge course that I've created, then congratulations, you got the course, you're all set, and let's crush it, all right? Also check out my fitness channel. I'll put links in the description. I talk about fitness, fasting, all kinds of other cool stuff, cool? And if you haven't picked up the course yet, go to ofasystem.com and read through this, because if you sign up for the One Funnel Away Challenge, which is a 30-day ClickFunnels challenge where they teach you how to create a sales funnel that is going to sell your information product course that we're going to make together. I'm going to give you a lot of extras, and I'm going to help you, and we're all going to live happily ever after, right? Or we're going to start, at least. Okay, so here we go, 14 rules. Now, this is the notes from one of the first days, and let's just go over these one by one. All right, number one, stop chasing shiny crap and go learn the frameworks that cause cash as a rule, not an exception to the rule. Okay, so if you have been researching how to make money online, or dabbling, as they say, then you for sure have gone through this. It's called shiny object syndrome, where somebody will tell you, oh, the secret to making money online is selling books on Amazon. So you're like, oh my God, that sounds great. And you go and devour all this information about selling books on Amazon. But then somewhere in this selling books on Amazon thing, you discover something about creating an email list and marketing to that list. You're like, oh my God, now I need to figure out how to do this, right? So it's called shiny object syndrome, right? Essentially where you research and research and research and never actually do anything. So the cure for your shiny object syndrome is creating sales funnels, okay? Now this is kind of the ultimate skill to learn when it comes to making money online. If you can create funnels that generate money, then you will become rich and you will become famous, and whole new doors will open up to you that were not open to you before, okay? So we're gonna go over those rules in a second after I have a sip of my coffee. Okay, so number one, do the work. This challenge will only show you what work matters, what work matters. Okay, and all these slides will be available to you guys if you want to read them over on your own time. All right, now obviously you need to do the work. This is not this is an action-based course and an action-based plan. Okay, those of you who know me and who you found me from my YouTube channels or really anywhere, you know that I put in a lot of work creating content, let's say, right? Lately I've been uploading one video per day per each channel. Videos around 10 minutes long, and in those videos I'm they're 10 minutes long, right? So I'm not doing 60-second videos. I work a lot, I write a lot, I'm making this video now, I'm making an 80 video course, right? So you have to actually do the work, okay? Trust that even if you suck right now, look at this darkness right here. This is awful lighting. This is not an optimal situation, but I know that with every video I make, I'm getting better and better, and I'm becoming more comfortable on camera, and I'm building all these skills for myself that are going to pay off later down the line, right? They might pay off when I'm making another video course, or when I'm talking to somebody on TV, when I get interviewed by Barbara Walters or whatever. All right, I'm kind of joking, but the point is that you need to do the work, okay? Don't just watch these videos and not do anything. Thank you for your $100 if you bought the course, but why? Just do it. I'll help you. That's why I had you pay me, so that I would help you do it, Okay, show up hungry. If you show up hungry, I will match that hunger. So, I don't know about you guys, but I'll just get personal with you for a second. I'm 35 years old, and not married, don't have kids. I travel a lot. I'm in good shape. I have a good life, but like I'm ready to make it. I don't know about you, but like I'm sick of like working in shit jobs. I'm sick of like worrying about money. Like I'm ready. I'm ready to ascend. Like they say in life, like you don't fail because you did something wrong. You fail because you're not ready, right? Like I'm ready now. I wasn't ready for a long time. I was very shy. I was very nervous, even though like I had like all this stuff going for me on paper, you could say. But you gotta be hungry, right? You gotta want it. And I know like all of us, like, okay, we're putting our knowledge out there, like it's an information product and all that stuff, but like you gotta want it, you gotta want to do it, and you gotta essentially have that attitude of like, fuck it if people don't like it. Like I'm here to do something, and anybody who's not with me is against me, and if they're against me, then get out of my way. Okay? Okay. If you agree to not use your current or past situation as an excuse, then I will call you out on your BS. Example, you don't think you have enough time. Okay, so basically what this means is just don't make any excuses, all right? Anytime somebody tells me some reason why they failed or why they can't do something or why like something doesn't work, I always tell them, I have a stock response, which is that there's a million reasons why something won't work, a million reasons. You can pick any reason. Like failure is not hard to justify. Okay, but there's only one reason why something will work, and that is because you wanted it to work more than anything else. And I know it sounds like kind of kitschy motivational stuff, but like it's true, and I, like on my fitness channel, I talk about like, all right, a million reasons why you could fail your diet, but one reason why you don't, which is that you want to look good or be healthy or cure your cancer or whatever more than not, right? Number 4, don't make someone else responsible for your own results. I can't do it for you. Okay, so if you're rich and you have like a team of people working for you and like you can just hire people to like outsource all this stuff, that's awesome. Like that's great. But barring that, you can't, like nobody's going to do it for you, right? And if you do have that, that's great. Like get in touch with me. Like let's fast track this shit, That'd be cool. Okay, number 5, be polite to your naysayers, keep calm and prove them wrong. So yeah, this is kind of obvious, but like anytime you try to change yourself, you're going to run into problems from people who want to like keep you in your same little box. They're used to you being the fat one or the broke one or the like shy one, and like anytime you kind of try to crawl out of the bucket, it's possible that they might try and pull you back down. Okay, not always, but you need to recognize this when it happens, and just once again, you need to keep the goal in mind and just know that you're here to do a job. It's 30 days, and like this is literally like, again, not to build it up too much, but this is like beginning the most important part of your life where you establish yourself as an expert and you're really putting yourself out there as a professional person, like the one that you would see on TV or the one that you would see on like a DVD course that you would buy or see at Kmart or something like that. All right, that's going to be you from now on, all right? And people like that, I'm sure they had their friends and family like telling them that their ideas were stupid, right? So just ignore them. All right, do not compare yourself to anyone else, only compare you to you and no one else. All right, so this especially is important when it comes to like online marketing, right? We all start with different skills and different histories. Some people are more comfortable on computers than others, and some people bring more to the table than others in terms of like, I would say like tech savviness, which might help you, but then again, it might not. So like, don't worry like what somebody else is doing. Like I know a lot of people, I used to belong to some Facebook groups, and some people would post in there for the last challenge that I did. They'd be like, oh, I just made $16,000 in 2 days just by word of mouth. I didn't even use any ads. And you're just like, bro, like I'm struggling to like get my landing page up. Like, how are you crushing it? And it's very frustrating because like, okay, fine, I get it, they want to brag, but what good does it do? Like, to brag and say, oh, I just made like $97,000. All you guys have to do is just add value. Like, good luck. It's like, it's just very frustrating. Okay, so don't let it get to you. All right, you're in this for yourself, not for anybody else. Earnestly attempt to answer all questions on your own. I will coach you to the answer. All right, so this kind of applies to the entire course itself, but you're going to be like, this is challenging, all right? There's a reason they call it a one funnel away challenge, because it's a challenge for everybody, all right? I don't care like what your level of internet savviness is and your marketing knowledge is. Like, this is hard, right? There's for sure things in here that you don't know how to do, and you're going to have to figure them out on your own. You're going to have to Google the answers. You're going to have to ask around, and you can't be asking me or anybody else for the answer to every single question. Right? Like, you need to learn how to like look that stuff up on your own and figure out the best way for you to do it, right? That's a skill that will serve you very well, not just for this challenge, but in life in general. Okay, so try and answer stuff on your own. Number 8, buy success with your own time. Turn off Netflix for 30 days. Okay, now Netflix could be anything. It could be like smoking weed. It could be playing video games. It could be like hanging out with your kids or drinking beer and watching football. Like, whatever your guilty pleasure is, where you like sit and do it by yourself and or maybe with other people, and like it's like your relaxation time. I mean, I'm not saying don't relax and like don't live your life, but you have to understand that like this is a very challenging thing that is going to tax you and like demand willpower from you. So you need to understand that like now is the time to ditch that shit, right? And like, I don't know about you, but I find it very exciting to think that just by recording a bunch of videos and putting them together in a course on a website, I can establish myself as an expert, right? Like, if you look at my cold email website, or even this website, right? Like, well, I guess we can look at this one, right? Like this website, to me, it doesn't look like much, even though it's pretty long and like, I don't know, like it's pretty good. And there's an entire course behind this. Right? Now, to me, I don't think about it, but other people, when they see that, they're like, oh my God, he created a course. It's like the real deal. He knows about something. So to know that with every course I create, I increase my credibility and I increase my chances of success, it's very exciting to me. It's much more exciting than Netflix or Game of Thrones or any other dumb shit that you can watch on TV. Right? Okay, now take imperfect action. Don't wait for it to be perfect. It will never happen. Okay, so this is one that I think is very, like, obviously, all right, perfect example. Like, look at me right now. Where am I? I'm in a fucking cafe in Vietnam, like, recording this video for this course, you know? I don't have an apartment right now. I'm staying in a hostel. I'm not gonna, like, go search for, like, the perfect lighting in the perfect cafe to record all these videos. Like, I'm not gonna do it because I don't have it, right? That's not the type of lifestyle that I live. I'm not, like, living in some apartment somewhere where I can like close the doors and like ask people to not bother me. But I'm not going to let that stop me, you know, and everybody's going to have different imperfect actions that they're going to need to take, right? Like some of my other stuff that I'm going to do is going to be probably 100 times better, you know, than what other people are doing, but they're going to have to take imperfect action on other things. Maybe it's writing sales copy, maybe it's creating Facebook ads, maybe it's doing some graphic design in Photoshop or paying somebody to do it. Right? So whatever your imperfect action is, make sure you take it. All right, don't freak out about the clock. You are in a race that is you versus you. Okay, so this is a 30-day challenge, but if you get behind, don't worry about it, all right? Like, if you don't finish it in 30 days, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. Like, finish in 40 days or 50 days or 60 days or 90 days. The point is that you create a course that establishes you as an expert that you can sell indefinitely for the rest of your life. And even if you're like 75 years old, let's say, right, like you're probably going to live another like 10 years, right? If you're doing this challenge, probably like a pretty savvy guy or girl. So like, don't worry if it takes you a little bit longer than everybody else to do it, right? We all work at our own pace. I've been creating content online for years. So like for me to bang out 50 videos, I can do that in a couple days, you know, if I like am focused and I have a nice little cafe and some coffee. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, choose to get uncomfortable every day. Create environment for positive stress. This is very important. Okay, like I said in the beginning, this is a challenge. All right, there's a reason this is called the One Funnel Away Challenge, because it's challenging. This is not something that like is going to be easy for you. This is not something that like you know how to do all this stuff already, right? There's going to be a lot of stuff that you need to learn. And it's going to require a lot of time from you to either learn how to do those things, or if you don't want to learn them, you're going to have to pay money out of your own pocket to pay somebody who does know how to do them. So that's going to make you uncomfortable, all right? And even if you don't want to pay anybody, like you're going to have to learn that stuff on your own, and it's going to like require, you're going to be confused, you're going to not know what you're doing. You have to do a lot of Googling, and it might be frustrating. But just know that that's part of the game, and once you figure that stuff out once, that's knowledge that you can apply in the future to future projects and future courses. Okay, be brutally honest for where you are, use it as fuel, and applaud your progress. So like, don't beat yourself up again if you're like behind other people, and if you like let's say you barely know how to turn on your computer, like so what? That's where you are. Like in 30 days, like let's say that that's where you are. Fast forward 30 days from now, and let's say you actually do all this stuff and you try, right? Even if you don't do a great job, let's say you just try. You're gonna know so much more than your current self that it's going to be very worth it, and you'll be very happy that you did all of the work that you just tried. Okay, like don't let not knowing stop you, right? The fact that you don't know, like that should cause you to speed up instead of slow down. Okay, kill part of your old self. Ask yourself if you are satisfied with yourself. All right, so this is very important. You know, I'm not saying to kill yourself, obviously. But you have to understand that like the you that you are today and the life that you live today are very much one and the same. Okay, you have the type of life that you have because of your beliefs and the choices that you've made, and those beliefs and those choices have influenced the results that you have, and that's basically why you are where you are today. All right, like your job, your income, your car, your wife, your husband, the kids you have, like everything is a result of what you believe and your behavior, okay, which comes from your beliefs. So if you want to change, which you probably do because improvement implies change, you're going to need to kill part of your old self, okay? Now, if we are going to be branding ourselves as experts who create courses and sell our knowledge, you're going to have to kill the old part of you that is like an employee, right? Who isn't an expert, right? You're going to have to kill that part of you that's not an entrepreneur, that just wants the safe paycheck, right? I'm not saying to quit your job, right? Like do what you got to do to keep earning money, but you have to understand, like Tai Lopez doesn't have a job, Grant Cardone doesn't have a job, Tony Robbins doesn't have a job. All these people who sell their knowledge and essentially sell their presence, these people don't have jobs, they have businesses, and they make money by essentially other people like them so much that they pay them to just hang out with them, right? And have them drop their knowledge on them, either speaking engagements or in the form of courses or information products. And that's really what we're going for here. Okay, finally, lean in. This is a very like cliched book. I think it was by a woman talking about how women should like lean in and like be more assertive in the workplace. Like, all right, fine. Not to take anything away from like female entrepreneurs and sexism and all that stuff, right? That's neither here nor there. However, like when, you know, what does lean in mean? In this case, it means just try, right? Not just try, but like go hard, you know, like if you have to do something, whatever you have to do in this course, try and do it as well as possible, as if you were going to show it to the class, right? This is not like, because essentially you are going to show it to the class. You're going to be showing this to people, like ideally thousands of people, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people, okay? So keep that in mind, and when you do work on it, like obviously like don't beat yourself up if it's not perfect, but you have to understand that like people are going to see it, and you need to make sure that the quality reflects well on you, okay? So just try hard, get into it, go all in, and you know, don't quit. Obstacle is the way, the impediment to action advances action, what stands in the way becomes the way. Lean into your obstacle. Obstacle. Okay, so this is very important, right? Whatever you are afraid of, you must do. Okay, so if you're afraid of getting on Facebook and making personal Facebook posts about how you're doing this and changing your social media page and like getting on camera, like that's the stuff that you need to do. Okay, if you're afraid of like learning Photoshop and it's intimidating to you, that's what you need to do. That's what you need to work on. Okay, so like take a gut check and ask yourself, maybe like write down what your fears are, and then just knock those out one by one as we go through the course. Okay? Cool. So it's kind of a long video for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. Go check out my fitness channel where I talk about fitness, fasting, all that other cool stuff. Subscribe to this channel to get more updates on the One Funnel Away Challenge. If you haven't signed up yet, go to ofasystem.com. click on, basically just click on these buttons and follow through. It'll take you to the One Funnel Away Challenge. If you purchase the One Funnel Away Challenge through my affiliate link, I'm going to give you a ton of extras, a ton of bonuses, including all these landing pages, and like 3 courses. It's like $10,000 in value, a free link shortener, a ton of stuff, okay? And I'm going to personally help you along the way to make sure that you are accountable and you get your course done and you start making money from it and establish yourself as an expert. Cool? Peace.